Click below to watch the original Sins video or to buy How to Train Your Dragon 2. Alternatively, click the link on screen now to watch Everything Wrong with How to Train Your Dragon 1. Everything Wrong with How to Train Your Dragon in 10 minutes or less, 2 spoilers. There are 2 spoilers. 2 whole fucking spoilers for How to Train Your Dragon.
This is Burke.
The How to Train Your Dragon franchise is based on British children's books, and Burke is a semi-dirty word to British children. Burke means nothing to American kids. For the US version, they should have changed the village name to Fart.
Yes, because when British things are changed for American audiences, it always turns out well. Also, can I add here that as a British kid who grew up on these books, I had no idea that Burke was supposed to be a dirty word.
Dragon racing!
These Burke assholes are the most progressive f***s in human history, going from hating dragons for bullshit reasons to having dragon races in just 5 years after learning they weren't so bad after all. Also, discount Quidditch.
This movie features a sport that incorporates flying as an integral component. That movie features a sport that incorporates flying as an integral component. And that's a sin.
That's 9 for the twins!
Of course, the twins are winning. They're 2 people, and they have the dragon with the 2 heads, giving them an unfair advantage.
In what way is having 2 people and 2 heads an advantage for a race? I'll give you a clue. It's not.
Gotcha!
Adult sheep can weigh well over 100 pounds.
100 pounds is equivalent to 45 kilos for anyone who likes using real units of measurement. Also, no one said this is an adult sheep, but alright.
Excuse me?
Starfly!
This guy is not only wielding a weapon that would be nearly impossible to carry,
Nearly.
people who drive like this.
What? I'd like to take this moment out just to appreciate just how cool Hiccup's armor looks. Just look at that. It looks great.
What, dragon slobber? That doesn't wash out? Isn't that essentially water? And you're in a society with all-you-can-eat dragon buffet.
That sin is fine and all, but how do the dragon buffets relate to dragon spit being essentially water exactly?
The Emerald City! Or did the Wizard of Oz merge with the Fortress of Solitude?
What happened here?
I know what happened. Elsa got banished again. Viking lightsaber.
The last 3 sins in a row were Jeremy just naming things from other franchises and being like, that's a sin, right?
Just what every dragon trapper needs. One end coats the blade in monstrous nightmare saliva. The other sprays hideous zippleback gas. All it takes is a spark and...
Hiccup surrenders his weapon for the sole purpose of explaining how it works.
Yeah, sure, the only reason he did that was to explain why it works.
Gasp! She recognizes Hiccup's small, basically unnoticeable scar that no one has ever mentioned before.
Why would people be mentioning that?
Also, Mom knows who her kid is after last seeing him as a baby and because of a scar that she forgot about long ago because she was whisked away 5 seconds after he got it.
Yeah, cause who the fuck would remember what happened the last time they saw their kid ever? Why would you remember that?
Every dragon has its secrets.
And Valka just happens to know what they all are, and how to reveal them. I guess eventually she's gonna marry both of these guys? There's some adult themes, I'll tell you what.
Just because a teenage girl swoons over someone doesn't mean they get married.
This movie suddenly got Godzilla, Pacific Rim, and Clash of the Titans on our asses.
Aw, you mean because it has giant monsters in it, don't you?
Get away from him!
Even though it's totally obvious Toothless was mind-controlled, Hiccup decides to blame him for dumb and infuriating reasons.
Hiccup isn't blaming Toothless. He just needs time to calm down because his father was literally just killed in front of him.
But won't that bewilder beast just take control of these guys too?
They're babies! They don't listen to anyone!
You say that as you are literally riding it and telling it which direction to go. The sin total was 15 sins. And the punishment is... just dragons. Let's go with that.
I think I should reconsider this camera angle. Hello, one and all, and welcome to this end segment where I'm going to do something that was originally supposed to be a staple of end segments, but I really haven't done that much. Today, I'm going to do a review of How to Train Your Dragon 2. That rhymes. So, How to Train Your Dragon 2. Can you really talk about it without talking about the original books? Yes, but I'm not going to. I read the How to Train Your Dragon books as a kid. The first one I picked up was called How to Speak Dragonese, and I specifically remember seeing it and thinking with my little child brain, wow, Dragonese, that's so clever. It's like Japanese, but with dragon. That was an actual J thought. Now, the How to Train Your Dragon films deviate from the books in a few ways which I'm okay with. The thing is, it means that the films don't really feel totally like an adaptation of the books. I mean, aren't Snotlout and Hiccup supposed to hate each other? Oh, and the dragons don't talk anymore. Because of this, the How to Train Your Dragon movies kind of feel more like their own thing rather than an adaptation of the novels, which I don't fully mind. The thing that they are is a good thing. I like the films. But it would be nice to see something that was more of an adaptation of the books I grew up with. The original How to Train Your Dragon film was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I watched it multiple times, and every time I watched it, I just got lost in this magical world that it had built up. Despite the fact that Toothless had turned from an annoying little shitebag to basically a cat with wings, I really enjoyed the film. So then we move on to the second one, which was okay. It was okay. I'll tell you what, I would probably have enjoyed it a lot more if I hadn't seen the first one first. Because How to Train Your Dragon 2 did feel in many ways like it was just an uninspired version of the original. I can't really put my finger on what it is that doesn't quite work as well about the second film. Maybe it's just that we've seen all this before, or maybe there is actually something different, but I just didn't enjoy it as much. I think you can really see this in the climax of the film, because in the original the climax feels like this big showdown that the whole movie has been leading up to, and in How to Train Your Dragon 2 it just sort of feels like it ends. Visually, the film was definitely an improvement on the original, but it wasn't enough to make up for what in my eyes was just sort of a bland story. And there's really no excuse for that when the source material you're working from is such a rich tapestry of book. Good phrases. But those were just my thoughts. I would love to know what you thought of the movie, and if I'm alone on this. Other than that, well done to everyone who got the teaser last week. And now,
it's time for a teaser. See if you can use these clues to figure out what film I'll be sending the Sins video of next week. These little boxes are screenshots of the clothing worn by 3 of the main characters of the film. And this is a very, very blurry version of the movie poster. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed. If you like this video, please consider watching the Sins playlist for some exclusive content. Plus, it's a great way to make sure you haven't missed any Sins videos. Alternatively, click the Listen to This Music link to listen to a mysterious song that you don't know what it is. I'm trying to entice you with curiosity. Is it working?